this is BugPowderDust, and it's been a while since my last video, a few months in fact. I've kind of gone off the boil a little bit with World of Tanks. It's not so much the game itself, it's actually my play. I just don't seem to be able to play very well anymore. And my games aren't very interesting, and thus they won't make good YouTube videos. So I've been kind of playing other games for a bit, a little bit of Prison Architect. And I've come across this game called Rimworld, which at first glance is a bit like Prison Architect in terms of you kind of managing not a colony per se, or in Rimworld it is, but obviously in Prison Architect it's a prison. It's like a management game. But unlike Prison Architect, there are some subtle differences in terms of you actually have like marauding bands of other gangs and villagers who sometimes want to attack you, sometimes want to be a friend, that kind of thing. And it's got quite a bit more, I think, appeal at the moment for me than Prison Architect, which is very good, but it's a little bit linear. Rimworld, I think, is actually really good. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through it. So I'm hopefully this is going to be the first of many episodes of this particular Rimworld. I'm going to start a colony, run through it, and you'll see that it has a very nice look and feel to it, and you actually get sucked into the characters and building up this base and defending it from all sorts of who knows what in a variety of different ways. So we're currently on Alpha 7, and the Alpha 7 has only just come out about a week ago, which is literally the day after I started playing it. Sorry, day before I started playing it. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of explain as I go rather than just sit here at the title screen and rabbit on for hours. So we're going to create a world. First thing you do is you create a world, and you can put in a seed. Now what I really like about this is if somebody has a really good starting spot on a really good world they've created, you can share the seed and somebody else will generate it here and they'll get the same seed. So for this instance here, let's just try using the seed BugPowderDust, which I've never actually done before. You can also set the size of the actual map you want to use. I'm just going to use that. I'll click on generate. As you can see, it's fairly quick, and you can see it's generated it and it's given the world a name. As you go in, you can see that there's different shades of kind of greens here. It tells you here on the left that the biome is a boreal forest. Now they haven't actually put this in yet, but they've recently put in tropical rainforest, and of course they started, I believe, with temperate forest here, and you can tell how much rain you're expecting, the average temperature, etc, etc. So as I said, the nice thing about this is if you can share the seed, and you can also say, well, I started in this section here, 4907 east, 4213 north. And so somebody else, if they really like the map you've been playing on, you can share this with them and share the seed, and they can start in exactly the same place. I think that's really cool. So when I first started playing, I thought it'd be really cool to start on an island here, and you might get like a beach map to play on, and you'll notice here there are also some dots. So these dots are a pirate band, the Smoky Company. So you can't actually start a colony here, but you'll be damn sure that you'll be visited by these guys, the Smoky Company. There are also some other villages. There's normally 3 or 4 different villages or gangs or whatever who'll come and visit you. So there's another one up here. The Triumph Organisation, another pirate band. You can also flick it into elevation mode, so you can see the other villages much more clearly. There's one there, one there, one there. Or you can put it in rainfall, so you can see what the most rainy parts are going to be. Rainfall doesn't play a particularly big part of the game yet, other than putting out fires. Rain doesn't, at the moment, affect very much at all, apart from stopping fires spreading, which is actually quite useful, so you may want to take that into account. Also got the average temperature as well, so obviously it's going to be colder in the north and warmer in the south. Again, it doesn't have much of an effect on gameplay as it stands, but I'm sure the developers are going to introduce that into the game. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick an area. I've always started on an island, so I'm actually going to try something else. I'm going to just start, maybe try and get a beach here. Let's go in the rainforest here on the east coast. Click on save and finish. So, I actually forgot I wasn't starting a colony, I was actually just creating a world. So now I click on new colony, and here what I can do is I can choose from 3 types of story, because basically it's a story that you're playing. You've got Cassandra Classic, and it creates raids, pirate raids, resource drops, animal attacks. It will affect the story of your colony. This Phoebe base builder is a little bit more relaxed. It gives you a lot of time between disasters to build your colony. And then you've got Randy Random. Look at this, that's cool. Very kind of Mad Max. And he'll generate random events. So this will be less of a story rather than just lots of random events. So I'm actually quite keen to play on Randy Random. This is kind of easy, getting harder to extreme challenge. I'm going to play it on challenge because I've played challenge before and it really does keep you on your toes. So we'll go with that. Let's click on next. We'll choose the world that I just created for you, Menkalinin, and click on select. And now it asked me where I want to start, which is where I thought it was previously. So I'm going to just click on the east coast here. That's looking good. That's fine. Select the site. Now at this point you start with 3 characters. These are your 3 characters. Now the backstory is basically your ship has broken up in space. Your ship members have taken to the escape pods and they've basically landed on this Rimworld. There is a lot of backstory. I'm not going to bore you with that now. If you want to look it up, you're obviously more than welcome. But this is pretty much a world which has got basic technological levels. And you get these 3 characters to start off with. You can change all of this if you want to, you can randomise the skills, but it's really important to get kind of some certain skills when you start the game. So we've got Nana Velasquez here, childhood cave word tunneler, and if you hover over it, it gives you an idea of what cave word tunneling means. You get certain traits: construction +1, mining +6. Construction is the constructing of structures, buildings, etc. Mining is obviously mining, but she's not very good at shooting. These fire symbols mean that they're really good. They have a passion for it, and so they'll learn much quicker. These items here, there's kind of a basic familiarity, but there are certain things that each person just absolutely will not do. So for instance, she won't do anything intellectual, caring, social, crafting, hauling. This is going to be a bit of a pain in the arse. Hauling is kind of quite a big part of the game, especially if there's only 3 colonists to start off with, so that might not be particularly good. And traits, she's a jogger, which means that she she often jogs, and so she's faster at moving. Okay, so we've got Hallie Orion, and it gives you some idea that what they're good at in the name. Now artistry doesn't really come into this at all, so having somebody who's artistic, really artistic, but doesn't like hauling, this is not a very great character. Hallie Orion, who's a miner, has great mining skills. In fact, she's got some really good skills across the board here. So she's actually pretty good. She is incapable of getting scared, which is good, so she's a good character. That's nice. A bit of everything. It certainly doesn't hurt in the early days. Willagood, another lady. She is pretty much good at everything. She's not incapable of anything. A little bit trigger happy. She's a terrible shot. But she doesn't care because guns are awesome. So she doesn't take too long to aim, which is good, but her shooting skills are not so great. But that's okay because they do learn and get better. So it looks like Hallie and Willa are okay, but Nana is just sucks. So I'm going to basically click on randomise, and it gives her different sets of skills. Okay. So now she's turned into an inventor. She's good across the board. Well, not good, but she has across the board skills. There's nothing she won't do. Decent at research, that helps. She's okay at shooting, medicine. I'm not going to feel about this too much. I'm going to go with this. So we got Eric, we got Hallie, and we got Willa. Let's click on start. Map gets generated. Okay, here we are then. The colonists have landed. The 3 of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Bosh. Here we go. Now, unfortunately there was a bit of a glitch, and my recording software Fraps reacted with the Rimworld exe, and the game crashed. So unfortunately the previous colonist information we just set up didn't save. So we got 3 other people. We got Pollard, who's a surgeon. We got Tasha, I think is the way to pronounce that. She's a barkeep, but we also have Ford, who's a surgeon. So they've all got a mix of kind of averagey skills, not particularly brilliant at everything. Okay, here we are. So I've started at the same place that I clicked on the previous screen that we were in. So I'm here on the beach, which is nice, and I've landed in this rock formation. Now this is actually spot on as far as I'm concerned, because we can actually use the rock to make our home out of. The going's a bit slower, but I think this really actually makes it much nicer. So first things first, what we do is we basically collect all of this stuff we've got here. So we've got silver, we've got medicine, we've got our packaged survival meals, which is really crucial in the early days. We can use that while we get our food supply up and running. So that's really crucial. What we're going to do is we're going to create that into a stockpile. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a stockpile down here and get our stuff hauled. As an overview, basically, let me just skip that for a minute. So we've got we've got 5 factions which we're going to come across. They're going to come and visit us, basically, either with hostile intent or otherwise. -4, so they're kind of, yeah, they're okay, a little bit suspicious. 3 kind of friendly. 11, same as the -4, and then these are the pirate bands locally, and these are the guys who are going to fight us. But what's nice here is that we can see who these guys are not friendly with. Now, it's kind of common that we get 2 groups visiting us at the same time. Excuse me. Now, what's great is, say the Daughter's Hill, who are any of the Shadow Jaguars, and the Shadow Jaguars visit at the same time. These guys are going to fight if they come in contact with each other, which means it's a lot better for us. Okay, so let's crack on. The first thing I'm going to do is create a zone for stockpile. So in my mind's eye, I'm going to create a little kind of structure out here, and they're going to burrow in for our rooms and other bits and pieces into the rock face here. So I'm going to create a structure at the bottom, and I see we've got actually some gold ore at the bottom here, which is going to be incredibly useful. We can use that for trading with passing starships, which is an aspect of the game that we can get up and running as soon as possible, because that's really cool. Right, so let's get the zones up and running. I'm going to create a stockpile, and I think we're going to put a stockpile down here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to basically unlock these. These red crosses mean that the colonists shouldn't interact with these items, but I actually want them to interact with these items. So I'm just going to basically let's get these up and running as well. Now you see there's some weapons on the floor here, so who's the best shot? Let's have a look. That's the wrong button. I'll stop doing that. Go to character. We'll see that shooting is 3, shooting is 5, shooting is 8. So we'll give Tasha the Enfield, and we'll give Pollard and Ford the pistols. So go and grab those guys, and now start hauling this good stuff to our stockpile area, which they're going to do. Now it's scattered around all over the place. I don't want them wandering too far to go and get this stuff, but package survival was actually really important initially to start off with. Right, so that's running. Now what we need to do is get a little bit of shelter set up, and I'm going to... How much wood have we got? 150, okay. So wood's in the top left hand corner. This is all the stuff we've got. Silver, metal, wood, medical kits, which are like gold dust, and package survival mills. So I'm going to create... actually, before I do that, is this a very good place to start? The reason I'm querying that is because you see these holes here. These are geyser, these are like steam areas, and what these do is these generate steam, obviously, but we can set up these geothermal generators, which are actually really great. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be near one that I can see. There's one there, and that is going to be a problem. Not insurmountable, and there's one here and there's one here. I do like this rock kind of area though, so I'm going to use solar instead. Solar and batteries for night time, which I think will get around the problem. Okay, let's just go with that for now. Right, structure. I'm going to do wooden conduit walls, which I find to be always really useful. Let's crack on with that, and let's get that to there. That's going to be our entrance, and we're going to get a couple of wooden doors. Door in there, and door to the stockpile there, I think, as well. Okay, so what our guys are doing now is they are Ford here is lugging some wood and starting to build the structure that I've just asked them to build. What the conduit wall is if you go into power mode, the conduit basically has, see these little blue lines here, built-in power. So if you supply with the conduit here power to this section, it will take power throughout the rest of the structure using the power built into the conduits. So we got that running. Now we need to set up, let's get solar, because power is really important. Let's get solar up. Let's get some solar up there. We're going to link it to the conduits here, and we're going to have batteries inside. I never really know this is going to be counted as an inside area once this has all been complete. Okay, so we've got lots of wood, which is good. Why are they cleaning? Why are they not building? So this brings us neatly onto this area here, where this is what their priorities are. I'm going to go to manual priorities. So 4 is not very important, whereas 1 is very important. You do this at the expense of everything else, unless something else is a 1, of course. Now, the priorities are also everything to the left is more important than to the right. So for instance, firefighting is more important than researching. So we appear to have here that only one person's actually doing any constructing. Yeah. So constructing at the start of the game is actually really important, as is probably going to get some mining going on, but not yet. Cleaning. I don't give a monkey's about cleaning. Let's get rid of cleaning. Don't care about cleaning, researching, or art. Art doesn't come into the game at all. Crafting is going to come in later on. Plant cutting, not so much yet. Mining, growing. Okay, so everyone should start constructing now. The other thing I need to start doing now is setting up a growing area. So I'm going to go to the zone, and I'm going to go to a growing zone. I'm going to set up a growing zone over here. So what they'll start doing is planting potato seeds to start growing potatoes, and you can basically specify what else you want to build, so you can plant any of these things. Some of these things are more useful than others, some of these take longer to grow, but potato plants are actually very edible and quite useful. So everyone's building now, which is great. Now what I'm hoping to see is a little roof appear over this to show that it's inside. Yeah, it hasn't happened. Okay. That's problem, because this counts as outside. I don't think they get penalised for sort of sleeping outside per se, but okay, that's fine. So the solar panels now starting to be built. We're starting to grow potato plants. We've got one person growing, so Tasha has got green fingers. She's starting to grow, as you can see, getting some potato plants growing. Okay. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to get a power conduit put between the solar power to be and the wall here. And the reason I'm saying that this not being inside is an issue is because we need to put our batteries, which are going to be supporting the solar panel, inside, otherwise they'll catch fire. Now, one way I can ensure that's going to be inside is by basically creating a wall here, creating that like that, sticking a door in, oops, there, and then finishing it off there, and this will then count as an inside area, which is fine. Now, one thing we haven't done is set up a sleeping area. Are they getting tired? Let's have a look. So rest is okay. Yep. Okay, so they've still got quite a bit of health going on. Right, guys, we've still got some wood, but we're running out of wood, so we are going to cut down some more bits and pieces here. Let's go to orders, let's go to chop wood, and let's get some wood cut. Okay, solar panels being built, so we're going to have power shortly. Now a roof should appear over here once that last bit goes in with the door. Once this is built, of course, which it isn't yet. So they're probably starting to get tired now. No, still good. Come on, guys, chop chop. Yep, so power's up, excellent. But as you can see, it's night time, so we haven't got any power yet. If we had batteries, that would have stored energy in the daytime, and that would have been not a problem. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now create sleeping zones for them. Ideally I'd have beds, but we're really too early yet, and they can sleep on the floor, quite frankly. It's not a problem. They're hardened colonists, they wouldn't mind that at all. So I need to go to furniture, create a sleeping spot. And what I'm going to do is just stick in 3 sleeping spots for them to sleep with. Now the sleeping spots are there. When they're tired, they'll go and lie on the floor, as you can see. So Pollard's gone to sleep. Tasha's still planting, and Ford has just knocked a tree down. So now they're going to go off to sleep. And we'll speed the game up. Everything is quiet, and the day dawns once more, a fresh day, where they're going to chop down more stuff, finish this north part of the colony, and we'll get some batteries up and running. There we go. Pollard's first up, getting some wood, finishing that structure there. Come on, hurry up. Chop chop. There we go. So Pollard seems to be hanging about. Yeah, he's not doing anything. Why is Pollard not doing anything when there's work to be done? Pollard constructing. Raw materials is the problem. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get Pollard mining. Who's the best miner we've got? Pollard. character. Your mining is 3. Ford's mining is 3. And where's the other dude? Tasha. Mining is 3, but she loves mining. She's a proper big miner. Okay. But really, we want Pollard to be not walking about, not doing anything. So I'm going to give him some mining to do, and we're going to come down here and start mining out some of this lovely gold, which is going to be very, very nice. Let's leave a little bit there. There we go. Right, so Pollard should now start mining. Come on, Pollard, put your finger out. He's not getting conflicting orders, is he? I may not have quite got the hang of this yet. There we go. No, he's eating. Okay. Now he's mining. There we go. So Pollard's mining. He's going to get some of that lovely gold. So we finally finish this. It's still counting as inside. Outside, sorry. Ah, yeah, there's a break there. Okay. So let's put that in. And we can deconstruct those two, as they're superfluous. Alrighty, so we've got Ford and Tasha in bed. He's done some mining, got some lovely gold bits and pieces there. So food, we've got 18 packaged meals left, that's fine. As soon as we get this inside, we'll put batteries in and get a cooker in, and then we can get them to go hunting and start actually cooking some proper food, rather than these packaged meals. There we go. Is the roof going to appear now? No? Maybe this is inside. Oh no, it says there, sorry, bottom left hand corner, constructed roof. So that's absolutely brilliant. So I'm now going to get a couple of the batteries installed. Let's turn those around. Oops, there we go. So those batteries will be installed, and we're now going to get a cooker in. Let's go to production, and we're going to get a cook stove, which is going to go there, and a butcher's table, which is logically goes next to the cook stove, like that. Brilliant. Now, that's good. So they've got guns, which means they can go hunting. Is there any big game around here, or is it just monkeys and snakes and stuff? Because it takes a while for these potatoes to grow, so we're going to need to cook something in the interim. But okay, so let's just get some hunting. Okay, so they should start hunting now. Just make sure they've got the hunting thing turned on, which they have. That's fine. His mining's a priority. There's no more constructing to be done, so these guys should start hunting now, given the lack of any other tasks to do. One battery's installed, and it's start to build up some. There we go. So Ford's now firing at the monkey. Not very well. Monkey's getting injured. Neck, heart and torso. Bosh. Come on. Come on, Ford. Sort it out. Come on. Is Tasha joining in? No. Tasha sees that he's well on it. She's hauling wood to make the butcher's table. There we go. Monkey's down. So it's in shock, but it's not dead yet. Oh, come on, Ford. To speed this up what you can, you can move him nearer. Man, he's slow. Come on. Shoot it. Shoot it. There we go. Damn. So now Tasha. Now the thing is, Tasha's shooting as well, but the point is that they are really not backward at shooting their friends. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move Tasha over here a little bit, just to make sure that Ford is out of her line of fire, because that would suck. Hang on a minute. So let's just prioritise hunting monkey. So you can actually get them to do certain specific tasks if they're not doing exactly what you want to at the right time. So Pollard is cracking on mining this lovely gold ore, which is brilliant. Right, so we have the dead monkey, which is great. Now we need to make sure storage is set up to take dead bodies, just not animal corpses. So animal corpses are going to get hauled now to the storage area here, which means once we kill them, we haul them back here, then they get butchered on the butcher's table. So it'd actually make more sense, wouldn't it, to disallow animal corpses to come to this table, create a new storage area in the kitchen, like a larder or something. That makes absolute sense to me. Stockpile, let's put that in the corner here, and we'll say that nothing else is allowed in the larder apart from, oops, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, apart from animal corpses, because Why I'd want humanoid corpses in my kitchen, God only knows. Right, so there we go. So, Ford is off now to hunt the monkey. Could you stand further away? Damn. Pollard is, what's he doing? Pollard's eating, Tasha's back to cooking. Again, no one's on hauling. So what I'm going to do is we're going to see what happens when Ford kills this monkey. It should, or she should then go and pick up, or he, it looks like she. It's that hippie long hair. So Ford is now put it on the ground. Right, so now Ford is, hopefully, yeah, so it says down here he's, well, there should be, I guess, hauling monkey corpse. He's going to drag that back to the kitchen now, which is great. Okay, they still haven't completed building the second battery and the tables because we lack metal, I guess. Yeah, we're short on metal. Okay, so the thing we need to do is let's stop Pollard doing this and let's dig for some metal. Yeah, metal ore, there we go. Right, Pollard, what I want you to do is, where are we? Orders. Cancel the rest of that, and I want you to mine some of this good stuff down here because we need metal quite bad. So he's going to start digging out. Now there should be some metal lying around from our ship. So yeah, there's a couple bits here, bits there. There's some packaged meals, but we've got 15 meals, so that's cool. Yep. Okay. Everyone's in bed. Yeah, everyone's sleeping. Now I've actually neglected them. What I should be doing here really is building beds, because I can guarantee they're not going to be happy sleeping on the floor. Slept on ground, sharing a bedroom. Yeah, fussy buggers. Okay. So we need to get our food source up and running so they can sleep on the floor until our kitchen's complete. Then they'll have a nice bed. And I see also this is actually inside as well. It says constructed roof in the bottom left hand corner. So that was my bad. So there is actually, this is all actually undercover. And you can see the rain, there is no rain graphic on here either. So let's get the kitchen up and running, and then we're going to start working on defences. There we go. So how does a cook stove work? What we do is you actually add a build to it. We can't cook a final lavish meal because I don't think anybody is actually that any good at cooking. Let's have a look. 3 out of 20, 3 out of 20, and 4 out of 20. I think it's got to be 7 out of 20 in order to make a fine meal, but frankly, they can have a simple meal. And then what you're telling it to do is how many to cook. So let's say I want you to cook 15. Is it meat? Is it vegetarian? Yes, I want it to be meat, but not human meat because that's just weird. Okay, and that's fine. So that's now going to cook 15 times. And again, for the butcher's table, you add a bill, butcher creature, which frankly, just do it forever. So what's going to happen is whenever any creatures are killed, they're going to get automatically moved from here to the butcher's table, going to get chopped. And then I think what I need to do actually is make that storage also to be not just animal corpses, but also bits of meat, which is here. So raw food. Yep, great. Okay, so what happens is the animal moves from here, is butchered, then put back here, which is then taken from here to the cook stove, which makes complete sense. Okay, good. So that's that ready to go. As you can see, one battery has been set up, but because we're so short of metal, the second battery hasn't been built. But matey boy down here is now digging all this metal out, which is fab, and they're all in bed again. I think that's probably a good point to leave this. Video's been about half an hour, so that's perfect. So we're going to leave our intrepid 3 colonists, Pollard, Ford and Tasha, and tomorrow we are going to set up some better defences. We're going to start digging into this mine area and set up probably a prison. I think would be good, because we're going to start encountering villagers and pirates as well. And of course, where you start encountering the bad guys, it means that at some point you're going to capture 1 or 2 of them and then try and convert them and get them to join our colony. So we're going to try and get as many guys as possible. The ones who just have terrible skills, we're going to harvest their organs and sell them to passing spaceships. But we'll come to that in the next instalment, likely to be tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this. Any comments or any likes, please put them below. And it's anything you'd specifically like me to do in this, I'm open to ideas, because this is, well, it's a sandbox game. So within the confines of the game rules, I'll do anything you want me to. So let me know what you want, and I'll see if I can accommodate you. For now, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.